What's up, everybody, and I hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm bringing you a quick update around the New York Mets and center fielder Brandon Nimmo, who had to leave last night's game against the Houston Astros after he slid into second base and had to leave because he hurt his ankle/knee. A lot of people feared the worst. Some people thought ACL. Some people thought broken ankle. Some people thought that this could be a long-term injury. Well, after an imagery was taken today and more tests were taken on his leg, according to Bob Nightengale, New York Mets center fielder Brandon Nimmo has been diagnosed with a strained knee and ankle, and the Mets say his status right now is week to week, which will make it unlikely for him to be ready for opening day. So it sounds like either way, Brandon Nimmo will not be ready by opening day this year. But that the Mets avoided something serious, really serious with that leg. And that's the positive right there, is that this could have been a lot worse, but it's not a lot worse. This could have been something absolutely catastrophic, just like what happened with Edwin Diaz. But at least now, it seems like that it's only going to be a week-to-week injury, only a strain. Now, we don't know how long a strain is going to be able to heal in a leg, when it's in the knee and an ankle. And it's possible that Nimmo could be back maybe sometime in the middle or late April, maybe early May, the earliest. Mets might take their time with their star center fielder and let him get back to 100% and not try to rush him back out there on the baseball diamond and take a risk of him re-injuring that leg and that ankle. That's the positive news. Here's the thing. What do you do about the lineup? And the Mets have been snake bitten by injury so far this season. You already have Jose Quintana, who's going to be out until July, when he had that lesion after he got an imagery on his rib and he found a lesion on his chest. They had to undergo surgery for that. He's out until July, maybe early August. You're already going to be out without Brooks Raley, one of your top relievers in the left-handed side, beginning of the season. It seems unlikely he's going to start the season because of a strained hamstring. We obviously know about the Edwin Diaz news. He is out for the season, most likely. Even though he did say he's optimistic he could return sometimes late in the season, I don't expect it. He's out for a majority of the time. And now you have the news about Brandon Nimmo, who has got a strained knee and ankle, and he's expected to miss the beginning of the Major League Baseball season. This has not been a very good start to the New York Mets spring training or early season stuff. I mean, this is insane. I mean, this team has been rattled by injuries to begin the season. Last year, we really didn't get that many of big injuries with this team. I know DeGrom had issues staying healthy. I know Scherzer had the injury during the season. But the Mets have suffered some pretty big injuries. I mean, you're already without your closer. You're without one-fifth of your starting rotation. Now you're without your center fielder for the beginning of the season, and you're without your ace left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen. So who is going to step in for Brandon Nimmo in his absence right now? Well, the logical choice would be you could have Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham could start in the outfield, and you could have either Canha or Marte move to center field, most likely Canha, and you could have Pham, Marte, Canha in the outfield, or, which has also been pitched, you could take Jeff McNeil, move him over to the outfield, and then you could shift Escobar over to second, and you could have Brett Baty start at third base, and McNeil plays in the outfield until Nimmo's ready to come back. That's another option that the New York Mets can do. And it would get Brady's bat into the lineup. But this is not ideal for the New York Mets to be missing a couple of their big-time players this early on. Especially a guy like Nimmo, who is coming into the season to be their table setter after they just signed him to that big deal. And it's very ironic. The Mets' two biggest contracts handed out this offseason. One is already out for the season, and the other one is out for the beginning of the season. Very ironic. Very, very ironic that the two biggest deals, I'm not saying it's a coincidence, it's not, but it's just very ironic that the two biggest deals have resulted in this. But either way, hopefully Nimmo gets healthy very soon. The Mets need him back in this lineup. Cannot afford to have Nimmo gone for too long. Have to get him healthy. Have to get him back out there and get him back in the lineup at the top line, because he's the table setter. He's the engine. He's the go-getter. He's the one that gets everything going. He sets the table for this team. He's the one that gets this team going. So hopefully Nimmo can get healthy. In my opinion, it's positive news. Some might be saying, what are you talking about? The fact that you're missing your best player for the beginning of the season, if you saw the injury last night, it looked a hell of a lot worse than what he ended up being. So I think, in a way, the Mets got lucky on this one. Only a strain in your knee, no ligament damage, no broken bones, no fractures. That's a positive right there. Sure, it's not ideal to have your leadoff hitter missing the beginning of the season, especially with how important Brandon Nimmo is to this lineup. But at the same time, this could have been a hell of a lot worse than what it ended up being in this case and scenario. So the best thing we can hope for is that Nimmo is only gone for a few weeks tops. Maybe definitely misses the beginning of the season, but maybe you get him back around the second, third, or fourth week of the MLB season. And you could put him right back out there in the outfield and let him go. That's the hope. But I just want to give you guys a quick injury update. Brandon Nimmo, according to Bob Nightengale, has been diagnosed with a strained knee and ankle injury, and he is expected to be week to week and unlikely to be ready for the beginning of the Major League Baseball season. Only could wish for the best for Nimmo. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85. More news updates and chatter surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comment section what you think about the injury update surrounding Brandon Nimmo and who might step in for Nimmo in the lineup in his absence. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Mets. All you got to do is you got to believe in those boys from Queens.